Let's turn to Iran now, where anti-government protests have escalated courtesy the death of another teenager, Nika Shakarami, a 16-year-old girl who was found mysteriously dead after being missing for 10 days. She has become the new figurehead of this anti-government movement. The news of her death had already sparked outrage, and now the circumstances under which she died are further fueling public fury. Let me explain. On the 20th of September, Nika Shakarami attended a protest. She was seen burning her headscarf and chanting anti-government slogans. Her friends say shortly after this video was shot, she was chased by security forces and went missing. 10 days later, Nika's family located her body at a mortuary. They say she was killed by Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. Iranian authorities do not agree, and they are telling a different version, one that revolves around this video. It was released on Iranian state TV last week, which claimed that the teenager entered a building where she was possibly thrown from by workmen. That is the bizarre explanation that's being offered by the Iranian authorities. Nika's family is saying it's way too scripted, both the explanation and the video. They, in fact, say the footage is fake and the authorities are lying. Last we checked, Iranian authorities had detained her family members as well. Now, this entire episode has become the new focal point of this movement. A new rallying cry against the state-sponsored atrocities that Iranians deal with. A hashtag with her name has been trending for weeks. It has given a new life of sorts to this movement. From Tehran, the protests have reached far-off cities. Like Mahabad, a quaint city in northwest Iran, students here have hit the streets. They are waving their headscarves, calling for the brutalities to end. In the country's Bushehr province, protests are being held even at the oil refineries. Have a look at these images. These are workers from the Abadan oil refinery staging a protest in solidarity with Iranian women. They were seen chanting, "Don't be scared." Iranian observers say this protest is very significant. The one happening at the Abadan oil refinery. Why is that? Because it is the largest oil refinery in Iran and the oldest in all of West Asia. In the 1970s, strikes at this refinery played a crucial role in the uprising that toppled the former Shah of Iran. The protest started from here and spread to other refineries. Is history about to repeat itself? Well, we can't say for sure, given how powerful the Iranian regime has become. But even then, many believe that it's not strong enough to withstand strikes at oil refineries. The country's economy technically depends on them, so if more workers strike, the consequences could be far-reaching. In fact, Western media is already calling strikes in the oil sector a milestone. How is the Iranian government dealing with them? In two words, with ignorance. It's refusing to acknowledge the public anger and blaming the protests on a foreign conspiracy. The foreign ministry says it will not allow any country to interfere with its internal affairs. Listen to this.
The internal issue of the Islamic Republic of Iran is related to the government and the nation of Iran. We will not allow any country to interfere in the internal affairs of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
So which countries does Iran think are interfering in its internal affairs? The United States and Israel. Last week, its supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei himself made that charge. He said the two allies are behind these protests, which he described as riots. Now, here's the thing. Foreign powers may or may not be trying to escalate these protests, but the way Iran is cracking down on its own citizens, the way Iranian teenagers are disappearing, surely says a lot about the state of affairs. If anything, it only justifies the anger on the streets. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.